Hey everybody, Charlie here, and thanks for assembling on us. Today we're going to take a look at part 2 of our 3-part series on the Edinburgh risk security management ambush that took place on Route Irish in Baghdad on April 20th of 2005. Now understand, I wasn't there that day, and 3 of the 8 men who were in that ambush died in that ambush. They had split seconds to analyze the situation, decide on a course of action, implement that course of action under chaotic and rapidly changing circumstances. And we all have the advantage of sitting back and picking it apart and studying it. So again, all of my comments are made with plenty of time to reflect and think about it. Things that I have done in training and the way I ran my motorcades. So let's go to the whiteboard and we'll take a look at what was going on. At the moment of contact, automatic weapons fire, more than likely originating from this SUV on the frontage road 75 to 100 meters to their right, opens fire. The initial volley rakes across the entire length of the motorcade. There's a critically injured man in the rear seat of this vehicle. This is an armored vehicle. The occupants, neither one of them is injured in initial contact. And in the trail vehicle, the rear gunner is injured and the driver is killed almost instantly. Remember, this car is in neutral. The driver attempts to push on the gas to drive out of the kill zone. Nothing happens. At 3 seconds after contact, the driver's door opens up and the driver, believing this vehicle was disabled, exits and takes a position to the rear of the vehicle. Without any driver in the car, the other 2 occupants decide this isn't a great place to be, so they also get out on this side of the vehicle. At contact plus 8 seconds, the armored Mercedes moves forward just slightly. And at about 10 seconds, you can start to see return fire, the muzzle flashes coming from the side of the vehicle. They might have been firing earlier than that, but it's at about contact plus 10 where I can see the muzzle flashes. At contact plus 12 seconds, the passenger in the armored vehicle opens up his door in order to return fire. He's trying to help his buddies out and lay down suppressive fire. The only problem with that is this is the only armored vehicle they had. According to the reports, this is a B6 armored car. By opening up this door, he's now defeated through his actions the armor along the side of his car. If they had decided, okay, that just leaving is not what we want to do, get outside of the kill zone and try to render support from further off the X, then a much better job, or a much better way to do it, would have been to exit from onto this side of the vehicle and then use the vehicle as cover to return fire. At contact plus 15 seconds, the driver of this vehicle moves across the road and takes up a position on this side of the ditch. And at contact plus 17, you can see the passenger and also who's the mission commander, move around onto that side of the vehicle. Now again, if at all possible, even on a soft skin, you don't want to open these doors and expose yourself to fire. It would have been better if he could have to come across the seat and come out on this side of the door. But again, the driver of this vehicle is critically wounded, most likely dead at this point. He's slumped behind the wheel. It's very difficult to climb across that seat when you're just wearing body armor and the weapons and different equipment that they have on. With a dead body in the way, this would have been even more difficult to do. So he might have decided that I'm not going to waste the time trying to climb across. He'd take his chances, get this door open, and come across. But understand, with the door open, now he has to come out and around the door. If possible, it might have been smoother for him to come around on this side of the vehicle to take up his cover. At contact plus 19, this guy decides that maybe having that door open isn't the best idea, so he closes that. And then this door, the driver opens that door. At about contact plus 40 seconds, this vehicle pulls to a position basically like this. And when it does, you can see a large pool of fluid here, transmission fluid, fuel, combinations of. This car was fairly shot up and it's draining its fluids, but it did manage to pull this far forward. Doors open, the occupants of this vehicle come out here in a supporting position on this side of the vehicle, and it looks like to me there is still incoming fire. You can see dust and dirt, debris being kicked up in this area, almost 50 seconds in to the ambush, almost a full minute. And at 58 seconds you see smoke being deployed to help conceal their movements and what was going on from the attackers, but I believe by this time that the attackers had probably left the area. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. Stay tuned for episode 3 when we go back in and talk a little bit about some of the things they may have done differently that might have had a more positive effect on the outcome of the attack. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Peace.